God has put a dream inside your heart. We exist to plunder hell and populate heaven. C.T. Studd said this. He said, "Some wish to live within the sound of a chapel bell, but I wish to run a rescue mission within a yard of hell." That's why we got in the ministry in the first place, isn't it? Because we wanted to reach our cities for Christ. We wanted to transform people's lives. It's like that old hymn. When I enter that beautiful place, far removed from our sorrow and care, I want to hear somebody tell me, it was you that invited me here. When at home in those mansions in heaven and the saved of all nations appear, I want to hear somebody tell me, it was you that invited me here. To our Savior alone be the glory, whose spirit the witness did bear, yet I might not have heard the glad tidings had you not invited me here. We have a mission. We have a great commission to accomplish. God's called you to reach your city. It's important that you planted your church. It's important that we mobilize the entire church around the mission. It matters. But I know that we start off in ministry and we have this dream. I've been in ministry for almost 20 years now. I understand what it's like to be a senior pastor. We have a dream that God has placed on our heart of the people, the lost, that we can reach and how we can absolutely transform their lives. But somewhere along the way, we get caught up in the wilderness. We're discouraged, defeated. We feel like our team is disengaged. The reality is the legacy of our leadership is determined by the leaders we develop. And it matters that we develop leaders. It matters that we leave a legacy. God has called us to do it. But sometimes in the wilderness, we just don't know what to do. And that's what God has called me to. God has called me to be your cheerleader, to lift your arms, and to help you mobilize the Christians. Can you imagine what it would look like if every single Christian in your church knew how to fulfill the Great Commission? What if they knew how to preach the gospel and make disciples and raise up leaders to do the same? I want you to imagine a world. Imagine life in ministry where you don't have to think alone, where you don't have to lead alone, where you have a team that is fully engaged and cares as much about the mission and the culture and the vision of your church as you do. It's possible. It's possible to make the vision so clear that the church can actually run. It does not have to be complicated. I have developed a mobilization model that is designed to help every single Christian execute the Great Commission. I'm here to help you, Pastor. It's possible to equip the saints for ministry. We've been reconciled to Christ and been given the ministry of reconciliation. You do not have to do ministry alone, and it does not have to be this hard. Let's talk. Text Nicole to 33777, and let's set up a strategy call where I can get to know you, hear about your vision. Let's reach your city for Christ.